Since 2016, Blokforge has been a leading provider of crypto mining solutions to customers across the globe. Headquartered in a 100,000 square foot warehouse in Arizona, our team offers a wide range of services from getting started with mining to relocating entire farms. We are an official distributor of Canaan and work directly with top manufacturers to secure competitive pricing on top miners. With a strong distribution network, we can also handle shipping, logistics, and offer miner buyback. In-house customer advocates provide top-of-the-line support and product education to keep your investment working for you. Our technicians have over 5 megawatts of power to test, clean, and repair equipment to like-new condition. With facilities in Arizona and Hong Kong, Blokforge is equipped to handle the entire distribution cycle. Best-in-class warehouse managers store, ship, and maintain product inventory for companies of all sizes. Our recent acquisition of Crypto Universe has led to expansion plans into Europe, further developing our infrastructure. Blokforge's demonstrated success and commitment to the future of cryptocurrency leaves us with no limits on what we can achieve. Whether you're looking for procurement services or need assistance with your current operation, our team is here to help.
Yeah, so a little bit about us. Our parent company's actually been started back in 2003, and we're based on a background of manufacturing parts for OEM, automobile, aftermarket, Department of Defense, and some aerospace companies. Right about 2016, I had a friend that was playing WoW and brought up a Bitcoin, started looking into it, started looking into the hardware involved, and found a way to plug that into our existing infrastructure. We have warehouses in Hong Kong, one in Europe, and then in America, and we already had a transportation network set up, distribution channels, so we started distributing for one of the bigger miner companies and kind of took it from there. So what we do in a nutshell, we started doing retail before mining, and that's where we differ from a lot of the other people that started more as a broker. We also do brokerage. Our main concentration is actually on retail. We warehouse the items and we sell them. Relocation assistance is a big one that brought up ever since the Bitcoin nature in China changed a little bit. We'll have people overseas that need to have their stuff ran at a U.S. facility. Facility's not ready yet. They'll ship everything to us. We'll palletize it. We're going through it if they need. Used equipment we can go through, rebox, drop ship for them, ship to their different facilities, whatever they need done. That's a service that nobody offered at the time and probably one of our bigger ones right now. Normal repair and maintenance we do. People send us units, go through, clean them, test them, resell them for them. Also with an escrow service type thing. They'll send us the unit, we'll go through it, approve it, they pay each other. The way we differ a little bit is a lot of our customers are more of the mid business size customers between $1 and $5 million, and they already have existing businesses. We kind of found a niche in that area. Our customers range from people that have farms to ice cream shops. We got people that grow things that might be allowed here or not, I'm not sure, but a lot of grow places, and then even retail stores. A lot of businesses, we had an ice cream shop, for example, that actually had a massive year, a lot of profit, a lot of revenue, looking for ways to offset. Learned that you could buy miners, Section 179, depreciate them, massive help for them. So they're dumping all their profit, all their cash, start into mining, bleeds over to the next year. They can either fully depreciate it, break it over 5 years. I think that's one thing a lot of people don't notice is when they have existing businesses, how this can benefit that when you start tying it in. You're saving massive amounts of taxes. You might as well put it into this. It's essentially lowering your mining costs by up to 33% or more in some cases. We have some customers that manufacture massive steel beams, say for buildings. The equipment, what a lot of people don't think of when they think electricity, they only think a kilowatt per hour, but there's this peak demand charge. Once they fire those machines on, they're getting a $2,500, $3,000 bill just on the peak demand, whether it runs for 5 minutes or whether it runs every minute of the month. In order to offset that and take advantage of their lower rate because they are manufacturing stuff, which a lot of states do offer lower rates for manufacturing, they'll start introducing mining, because as long as they keep it below the peak demand and they're not running the miners during the time that machine is running, which is usually 4 to 8 hours a day, it's essentially lowering their cost to actually mine by at least 40%. Industries that need heat, I think that's a given. The grow places, they'll have either a container attached to the building with their plumbing heat in, and it's essentially free for them because they're already paying to heat previously, and these generate enough BTU to offset the original heaters they had. Media is definitely one. I don't know how many people remember that ice cream shop, the Long Island blockchain thing that went crazy just because they attached their name to it, and that's obviously one thing. So if you're, Joe, and you got a little brewery in downtown city and all of a sudden you're mining in it, that's definitely hype, and you already jumped over all your competitors, and a lot of people do it for that reason. There's a cool factor definitely attached. Examples, like I said, food farms. We have 7 or 8 customers that have cow farms, and they'll use it out there on the farm. They got extra electricity. They're not using it all the time. Livestock farms, chicken farms. We have a couple with chicken. The most interesting customer we have is the guy with the worm farm. So he'll use the miners to heat, to go to the worms, to the compost, use the compost to grow the vegetables. Vegetables grow. It's like a whole cycle there. Those are the coolest ones that go in a whole rotation. And then warehouses, definitely more on the East Coast, northern side. They're paying for heat all winter long to keep their people warm. Might as well have these. A lot of people will plumb them almost into a sub-level, into right below the roof, and they have them scattered throughout the warehouse, and it's generating heat all winter long. It's extremely stable. It's easier than people messing with the thermostats in the warehouses, and it's pretty much paying for itself. Why people choose us? Security. We have a 100,000 square foot facility on 4 acres right in downtown Mesa, Arizona, so we're not going anywhere. Accessibility, they can come see their equipment anytime. We have video feeds. We send inventory reports. People that visited, they're very secure with sending stuff to us. Trust is something that takes time. We've been in business since 2016, so the first crypto winter, I think we lost 80% of the people, and we're one of the few that made it through, that does what we do, and it takes a while to build that part. U.S. entity, obviously people, especially some companies that might be public, need to put the funds keep them within the country. So being a U.S. entity definitely gives us an advantage there. And then the location, being in Arizona, near the airport, downtown location, and we offer customer service on everything we do. If you want to give us a scan, sign up, we'll send you a discount. You guys ever looking for anything or any other questions regarding how to integrate it into an existing business? We've done it so many times. We used to sell nodes, and we used to go all the way from setting it up with the miner, setting up with the nodes, setting up with BT Pay server. People would walk in, they could scan, they'd run the node, everything. It's almost a complete life cycle, and they get really excited on that. There's not really profit on our end for the node thing. It's just cool to have a shop that kind of gets completely off the grid and can just run their own ecosystem right there.
We have a couple minutes for questions if you want to take some questions.
Yep.
Like, how did you design that miner outside? Anybody have questions for him? All right, we got one right over. Who has a question? Sorry. All right.
Is that miner outside real? Does it hash?
Everybody on Twitter is asking that, and it riled up so many people. I've never got so many angry people that, why am I going backwards in technology with that thing? So I guess we'll never know, right?
The examples you gave had certain characteristics related to those business. What are some of those characteristics that made it more attractive, to be more specific, for utilizing, that as mining? And could you comment on the lower to mid-size range? Because there's a certain range minimum to make it worthwhile.
I didn't hear the second half of that.
The range, the size of the business. What's the minimal size to make it worthwhile as an investment?
For the existing business to be able to go in, they start with one. It goes all the way from the smallest business up to like 10 million.
I'll give you an example just to critique it. So There's a computer repair hard data storage business that I have. They're in a large building. They pay a flat rate for their electricity. So their idea was to bring in miners, but not to go over that flat rate. It's a lot of excess. So that's like an example where there already is excess capacity, but they don't want to go over that rate. So that's an example, and they have the space.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, depends what state they're on, how they offer the rating. I know the flat rate is one. I don't have any customers specifically with a flat rate like that. I guess that's a good thing if they have it and they could fully utilize all the way up.
Great. We have time for one more question if anyone has a question. I have a question for you. If there is someone who is interested in getting involved with Blokforge, what's your ideal customer look like?
Ideal customer is the way everybody was about 5 years ago and all the newbies are now. It's someone looking into it, someone starting to get into it, someone. I love the people that are using their own money. They're a lot more careful with it. It's different now. It grew into this thing when a lot of people are using everybody else's money, and those people tend to be a little more difficult to work with, and because we feel like some of them might not care about how they're spending and what they're doing, but we love the guys that are doing it themselves, and we do everything we can to help them thrive and grow, because that's what keeps the decentralization, is all these small guys scattered across the planet.
And what do you have to say to people that try to deter individuals from mining at a small scale?
I don't know why anyone would do that. It's always going to be here. The capitulation happens and the big guys feel it and little guys will keep chugging along.
All right, no more questions, guys? Very cool. Guys, please give it up for Blokforge Nick Jackson, and make sure you take a picture with that miner outside.